All right, so let's talk about this, Volsker. X-Men #1 came out, and you did not. So you are not having this on your pull list anymore, right?
Currently, no.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. We had and me. You know, we weren't the Hickman thing. Just not working out, and like we
After House
discussed
of Ten
with
and Powers of Ten, it turned dog shit, basically. It was all over the
X.
place, no continuity. And I'm talking about Hickman's only. Like, X-Force
Mm-hmm.
was awesome, but he kind of ruined it for me at this point. Now, when I read 2021, that's when I was like, okay, let me see where this is going with, what came out 2 weeks ago where we talked about the death or death of quotes because we don't never know of Wanda, but I told Eric I was like I'm gonna hold off until I can actually see anything's worth it at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, and I could get that. I mean, I hung on because, I'm an X-Men
You almost
fanboy.
quit before me.
Yeah, I did, but I just kind of pushed through. Like, they're going to relaunch, I want to see what that's all about and see what they're doing. X of Swords was rough. I will say the Hellfire Gala was actually cool. I know we talked with Chandler about it last week. Talked about the Scarlet Witch death that's going to lead to the trial of Magneto, which is interesting. Although Magneto's the prime suspect, I'm not. I mean, I know why, but I don't know. He didn't do it because when you see Scarlet Witch, she's got like she was choked, like you could see it. Magneto's gonna kill you. Like he's just gonna run like some metal through you or something, or if he's gonna
Adder
choke
just pull
you,
the iron
you
out of your
know.
body.
But that was an interesting concept. The mutants, the whole Hellfire Gala being about showing off how the mutants like terraformed Mars and pissed a bunch of world
I want
governments
to know
off
who the
was
fuck would ever be strong enough to sneak up on Wanda and choke her to death. Bitch can sit there and warp your mind with a blink of her eye. Like,
yeah, that is a
so we got the
question.
hawk on her, like choking her.
Yeah.
Must have been someone she trusted or thought she trusted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or it's
My
fake.
right titty, how can you betray me like this?
Oh my god. It was one of those zombies she resurrected.
Right.
We don't talk about the zombies.
We don't talk about the millions of Genosian zombies.
We just don't talk about them.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm
I ain't forgot
actually
about
still
that.
interested. Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still interested. I'm still hanging on, and I'm kind of glad I did. So, I mean, I did obviously, get X-Men #1 with the new team here. Hot debate on Twitter, that's Wolverine. Now that's not Logan Wolverine. That's Laura Kinney Wolverine. But
With
I don't know.
X-23.
Well, you don't call her X-23 because this is part of the debate. Is when people are like, no, she shouldn't be Wolverine. She should be back to X-23. But like that was the name that her oppressors basically gave her. So there's a
Yeah, she
contingent
was
of the
Experiment
Twitterverse.
23.
Yeah, the 23rd clone. But there's a contingent of people on the Twitterverse that are very sensitive to that subject, and um, which I'm not there. I mean, she was at some point known as X-23, but I also agree she is a Wolverine now. But I don't know. There's guys out there my age that just can't accept it that she's Wolverine. It's a it's a weird hill for us boomers to die on. So
I mean, Wolverine is Wolverine, but he also stars on occasion in comic books called Weapon X. That's technically the same thing as that.
sure, yeah, I get it, but she has been like her whole start of being Wolverine is when the death of Wolverine happened,
Yeah.
and then she like wanted to carry on his legacy, and then Wolverine himself in the comics when she was like, "I'm Wolverine," and yeah, Logan was like, "Yep, that's right."
So
And she starred in a comic book series called The Wolverine. So
I obviously you know this more than I would. Compared to like the Logan movie, is she just considered a clone or they actually consider her his daughter?
a clone. She's the
Okay.
23rd attempt. Yeah, they did the daughter thing for Logan.
Random question.
Mhm.
What number is Deadpool?
Oh, I
Isn't
don't
he like
remember.
9 or some
No.
shit?
Yeah, somewhere around there. But yeah, I don't remember. They didn't, because I don't even think all of them have been revealed. Um, but yeah, no, this X-Men #1 is actually good. I love the artwork. Pepe Larraz does great. I like Gerry
The
Duggan.
covers are slick.
Yeah, and so what's cool about this is one of my biggest criticisms of the X-Men were like they're withdrawn. Because they weren't the X-Men. They're living on Krakoa. They're not in the mix. They're not heroes.
They were
They're
too bougie for everybody else.
right, too bougie for everybody else. And Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Wolverine are having menage a trois up on the moon, like that sort of shit. But this is them returning to New York. Emma Frost, paid millions of dollars for like a plot of Central Park where they grew this gigantic tree that is now their base of operations in New York. The tree, of course, is providing happiness for the local wildlife and stuff like that. And so that's cool.
They have a gate.
Yeah, there's a gate. Yep, there is a gate. There's somebody always guarding that gate. But yeah, so they're back in New York, and so this kaiju, I'll just call it, attacks New York, and the X-Men come and they take care of it before the Fantastic Four and Avengers even get there. But they're all like, "Oh, it's great to have the X-Men back." So I'm getting a little bit of that back. I'm getting like the true sense of the X-Men fighting for humans who hate and fear them, being back in the mix as heroes. I'm liking it.
So
I'm liking it.
that's good, because I know that was one of your hugest complaints about that. My only issue is it seems like it's too fast. And the reason I say that is because we had the Fantastic Four versus X-Men comic. There's a conflict. We had the shit talking in issue 1 of, what was it? House of X, to the Thing and all that, and now they're buddy again. Like that never happened. Like we even talked about, we wanted that conflict to be resolved. Like what came out of it, and it just seems like it's gone.
Well, this whole mutants
BFFs again.
Right. Well, this whole Mars thing is going to cause a conflict. I've even heard that this may be what causes like a new X-Men versus Avengers crossover event. The mutants have not made people happy, and just think about it, right? They established Krakoa, and then they established those pharmaceuticals, right? And
forcefully,
it put a bunch of big pharma people out of business. So the X-Men kind of rubbed people the wrong way that way, and now they just took over Mars. And X-Men #1 deals with the fact that there's this scientist. He's got this Phelan company. He's worked his whole life, achieved everything, and he's wanting to work toward finding a way to terraform Mars. And boop. X-Men had a party and just did it, or the mutants just had a party, invited everyone.
I'm sure somewhere in Marvel lore, when you have a very smart rich guy that gets wrong, something usually comes out of that. I could be wrong, but
right, exactly. So I don't know. That's cool. So I encourage anyone that may have.
Do we know who's writing Trials of Magneto?
Yeah, that's Leah Williams. So her X Factor run just ended, which we talked about last week with Chandler from X Reads podcast, and so she's gonna write that. Yeah,
and then we get Inferno, which is Hickman's basically sequel,
basically tying up his shit.
Yeah, coming from the issue 21 outcome with Mystique.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And he's still in charge. They did clarify he is still overseeing everything.
Yeah, he's still in charge, but his vision is being modified.
But God damn it, we gotta mention this. Okay. Did you catch Kevin Feige in that issue right away?
Yes.
I was like, wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. Wait. I had to like look at it 3 times. I was like, that has to be.
No, that's it. Yeah, they had all sorts of like celebrity camos at the Hellfire Gala. But my favorite is still me and Jelly's favorites talking to each other, Colossus and Doctor Doom. Like, I'm still tickled about that. Sad that.
I still want to know what they were talking about. Like,
Yeah, me
hey,
too.
you're metal. I'm metal. That's a lovely shade of metal you have going on there.
Yeah. So tell me, what do you use to polish, Victor? I like that. Got my suit here with my bling. Anyway. All right. Omega Level Nerd Dsquare here. I hope you enjoyed this little excerpt from our show, the Omega Level Nerds podcast. I really do appreciate you checking us out. If you like what you watched today, then please check us out. There is the link to the whole entire show, over an hour's worth of some nerdy goodness for you. So definitely hope you check it out. Well, thank you very much. As always, peace and love. We'll talk to you again soon.